Martin Francis Kent, born November 23, 1953, in Mosman, Queensland, is a former Australian cricketer who played in 3 Tests and 5 ODIs in 1981. Kent was a middle-order right-handed batsman. He scored 140 on his debut for Queensland in 1974-75 season, followed by 76 in a Gillette Cup game. He found the going harder throughout the rest of the season, although he did manage 58 against Western Australia and 59 against South Australia. The following summer he scored 103 against South Australia and 101 against Victoria. Kent had frequently batted with Greg Chappell and received an offer to tour South Africa with an invitational 11, the International Wanderers. This side featured players like the Chappell brothers and Dennis Lillee. Kent was the only member of the side who had not played international cricket. Kent married just before he left and honeymooned on the tour. Kent played well with scores of 567 and 52 and 155. He ended up topping the International Wanderers aggregate and averages for the tour, 398 runs at 56. Kent would have been on selectors' minds at the beginning of the 1976-77 season but was unable to break through, despite 122 against the touring Pakistanis and 82 against South Australia. 14. He was leapt over in the pecking order by Craig Sargent, Tim Hughes, and David Hookes, all of whom were chosen for the 1977 Ashes Tour. Opportunity did arise when Kerry Packer bought up most of the leading stars in 1977, but he chose World Series cricket instead of staying with the traditional game. Ian Chappell had admired Kent's batting on the South Africa Tour and offered him a place with the WSC squad. Kent's best innings for the WSC Australians include 40 in a low-scoring game, and 110. This earned him selection in the second Super Test, but he failed twice. He had better luck in the third Super Test, with knocks of 43 and 40 helping Australia win the game. In the fifth Super Test he scored a pair. The following summer Kent toured with the WSC Cavaliers 11. He endured a poor run of form until he scored 114 against the World Shan 55. He eventually got back in the Australian 11 for some one-day games with a top score of 62. He was back in the Test side for the last Super Test but failed twice. Kent toured the West Indies with the Australian 11. He played in the Super Tests, making 9 and 30 in the first, then hitting 109 in a one-day game for Australia. For the second Super Test he made 78, the third 7 and 45, 51 and 28, and 40 and 0. Return to traditional cricket. Edit. Kent had a patchy 1979-80, not making a first-class century, but enjoyed an excellent domestic 1980-81 season, scoring 941 runs at 58.81. Highlights included 77, 171 and 68 against Tasmania and 78 and 101 against South Australia. His knock of 41 in the McDonald's Cup final, helping Queensland win the game, won him Man of the Match award. Kent was selected in the Australian one-day team towards the end of the summer, making scores of 12, 33 and 4.